There's a type of clam that looks ordinary from the outside, but the moment it's opened, something unsettling appears inside. A deep red liquid that looks disturbingly like blood. That strange detail alone has fueled warnings, bans, and decades of debate around this shellfish. So how did a simple coastal food gain such a dangerous reputation? And does it actually deserve it? Today we're exploring the question, are blood clams truly the most dangerous clam? Or is there more to their story than fear and headlines? Let's take a closer look at the science, history, and risks behind this infamous shellfish, right here on History of Simple Things. Blood clams, scientifically known as Tegularca granosa, are bivalve mollusks found throughout the Indo-Pacific region, especially along the coasts of Southeast Asia, China, India, and northern Australia. What sets them apart from other clams is their unusually high concentration of hemoglobin, the same oxygen-carrying protein found in human blood. Most clams rely on dissolved oxygen from water alone, but blood clams use hemoglobin to survive in oxygen-poor environments, like muddy tidal flats and estuaries. This adaptation gives their tissues a red appearance and allows them to thrive in conditions that would suffocate many other shellfish. While biologically impressive, this trait also places blood clams in constant contact with sediments and water where contamination is more likely to occur. Like all clams, blood clams are filter feeders, meaning they draw large volumes of water through their bodies to extract microscopic food particles such as plankton and organic debris. In doing so, they also absorb whatever else is present in the water, including bacteria, viruses, heavy metals, and chemical pollutants. Blood clams often live in shallow coastal areas near dense human populations, where sewage discharge and industrial runoff are more common. Because they remain stationary and continuously filter the same water, contaminants can build up inside their tissues over time. This makes them particularly sensitive indicators of water quality, but also increases the potential health risks when they are harvested for consumption. The most serious concerns surrounding blood clams come from their association with disease transmission. They have been linked to outbreaks of hepatitis A, typhoid fever, dysentery, and other gastrointestinal illnesses. Hepatitis A is especially dangerous because the virus can survive inside shellfish for extended periods and is resistant to light cooking methods. When blood clams are eaten raw or lightly cooked, the risk of infection rises significantly. Even thorough cooking may not eliminate viral contamination if the clams were heavily exposed. These risks are highest in regions where wastewater treatment is inadequate and shellfish harvesting is poorly regulated, allowing pathogens to enter coastal ecosystems. Blood clams have been eaten for centuries across Asia, long before modern sanitation systems or food safety standards existed. Coastal communities relied on them as an accessible source of protein, and they became embedded in local diets and markets. Their reputation began to change in the late 20th century, as large disease outbreaks were traced back to contaminated shellfish beds. In China during the 1980s and 1990s, several hepatitis A outbreaks were linked to blood clams harvested from polluted waters. As epidemiology advanced, blood clams became a case study in how environmental contamination could directly impact human health, shifting their image from traditional food to public health concern. As scientific evidence mounted, many governments responded with strict regulations. In the United States, blood clams are effectively banned from commercial sale because they fail to meet shellfish sanitation requirements. Similar restrictions exist in other countries with strong food safety oversight. In regions where blood clams remain legal, authorities often require depuration, a process where clams are placed in clean water to purge contaminants. However, depuration is not always effective against viruses, which has limited its success. This uneven ability to control risk has kept blood clams under ongoing scrutiny by health agencies worldwide. Despite the risks, blood clams remain culturally significant in many parts of Asia. They are valued for their soft texture, mild flavor, and connection to regional food traditions. In recent years, some producers have attempted to farm blood clams using controlled aquaculture systems in cleaner environments. These efforts aim to reduce contamination by improving water quality and monitoring harvesting conditions. While promising, such systems require extensive oversight and infrastructure, limiting their widespread adoption. As a result, health authorities continue to recommend caution, especially for children, pregnant individuals, and people with weakened immune systems. So, are blood clams truly the most dangerous clam? The answer lies less in the animal itself and more in the conditions surrounding it. Their hemoglobin-rich biology allows them to survive in low oxygen, polluted environments, while their filter-feeding nature makes them efficient collectors of pathogens and toxins. History has shown that when sanitation and regulation fail, blood clams can become vectors for serious disease. Yet in clean waters with strict oversight, the risks can be reduced. Blood clams ultimately serve as a reminder that seafood safety is inseparable from environmental health, and that even the simplest foods can carry complex and cautionary histories. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.